Hi everyone, I am really frustrated right now because I just sat at my computer and created a whole file that I was gonna put on Tunes to Tube along with a picture and post. And it's a good thing I went ahead and listened back to it, because half the damn file disappeared. I don't know if I deleted it or if Goldwave stopped recording and Jaws didn't tell me or what, but obviously you're not going to hear that. I still have some version of it on my USB drive, but I'm deleting it because you're not going to hear that. You need the whole story. Hello? I'm just going to recreate the whole thing, and I'm going to do it on my Olympus recorder that I can actually, trust. I can probably trust my computer too, but I don't know what happened to the rest of that file, and I only have the one file. I can't go back and recreate the file. There's really only one file, and it's got a portion of what I said. I'm not even gonna. I'm just gonna start over. Content creation. That shit happens sometimes. Okay, hi everyone. Happy April. By the time you hear this, by the time I post this, it's probably going to be April. It's... Come on, Apple Watch.
8:46 p.m. and 52 seconds.
It's 8:46 p.m. and by the time I finish this, it's going to be later than that, obviously. And I do have to be up and ready for a virtual appointment at 8:30 tomorrow morning, which is April 1st. And as soon as that appointment's over, I want to go down to the apartment management's office, because I've been trying to reach somebody down there all week and no one's been available. And tomorrow I'm not working, and yes, I've got things going on, but I want to connect with somebody down there tomorrow. Unless the apartment manager's out sick or something, I want to connect with them tomorrow. It's an intention I'm setting for tomorrow. Last time I posted anything on YouTube, I was half setting an intention to resign from my job, right? So, why did I keep thinking I wanted to resign from my job? And why have I finally decided not to? And what comes next? Why did I keep thinking I wanted to resign? Because I never did like the commute. And when the pandemic hit, a phenomenon was born of, if you can work from home, work from home. But while even other people in my company who worked in other jobs were being supported in turning some room in their house or some area in their house into a home office, I was being handed a letter to give to a police officer in the event that I was pulled over that said, "You've pulled over an essential worker. You need to let her go so she can go to work. We really need her in the building that she works in." Somewhere along the line, I was like, okay, what's wrong with this picture? I'm blind. I have to count on somebody to drive me to work every freaking business day. Of all people, I should be able to work from home. How come everybody else can and I can't? Well, first of all, not everybody else could. Everybody in my team was given a slip of paper, not a slip of paper, it was a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet that we folded up and put in our coat or put in, wherever. Just like the one I was given. We were all considered essential workers and had to report to our warehouse. But I was thinking, well, they're all sighted and drive themselves. I'm not. and I can't, and why can't I work from home? So at some point, I finally said to my boss, hey, is there any way that we can turn this into a work at home thing? I mean, I'm not sure where I'm going to work from home in my little shoehorn of an apartment, but is there any way we could do this? And her answer was, unfortunately, because of the pharmaceutical laws that govern this company, we can't let you do that. You work directly with the drugs, and we can't let those drugs leave the warehouse and come back. If we sent something out and then it was returned, we would have to take it out of inventory. We couldn't sell it. So, I mean, there was my answer of why can I not work from home? But I wasn't satisfied with it. Somewhere along the line, I had the idea, and a big part of me kept coming back to the idea of, okay, I understand my current company can't allow me to work from home, but I'm going to quit as soon as I find the company that will. Well, in the end, I didn't quit. It took me from August 2020, when I first brought this up to my boss, or my boss's boss, to like 2 weeks ago, March 2022, to finally get clear that I'm just not going to resign. Just stop thinking that. But I finally decided not to quit. Why have I finally decided that I'm not going to quit? Because in every way but the commute, this is really a great job. And me being the person that I am, looking at the whole person that I am, not just my medical diagnoses. My diagnoses are blindness and certain mental illnesses that are, after dealing with them for a long time, at least controlled enough to not need medication, but they still exist. But there's more to me than that. There is what I believe to be neonatal brain damage that I will never be officially diagnosed with. But the inability to gauge where I am in space, the inability to get a picture in my mind. First of all, a picture in my mind, only sometimes can I kind of get that. I don't relate to anything visual, but the point is, I'm saying a lot of words and probably not making a lot of sense. I cannot get an idea of how to get from point A to point B, especially if point B is a long way away from point A. If it's a really close and simple route, I can get it. But the more complicated it is, the more there is no way in the world I'm going to be able to figure that out. And between that and some other things, I mean, it's just always been difficult. I mean, that is not the reason why I can't find the right job, but it's always been difficult to find me the perfect job. I don't know if there's going to be the perfect job for me, but this is probably 90 to 95% the perfect job. As much as part of me hasn't liked it for so long. But again, at the heart of that is frustration that everyone who is sighted and can drive themselves into work does fine, and half the company has worked from home, and I, who have the hardest time getting into the physical location of my workplace, can't work from home. Well, in every other way, this is the perfect job, or as close to the perfect job as I can get. So to quit it, first of all, to quit it without knowing where I was going next would be me being a damn fool. and to quit it and go to somewhere else, well, where would that somewhere else be? What's the other 1 in a million job that would be perfect for me and allow me to work from home? Until and unless I actually find it, I really need to, let it go. But also, like I said, this is like a 95% perfect job. So let's figure out how to make it 98, 99% perfect. I'm not sure it's going to be 100% perfect until we can create a dream situation where there is housing so near my workplace that even disoriented, mobility challenged me can walk to work. Yeah, that's not likely to happen anytime soon. But it could be like 96, 97% perfect if I could, say, live closer to work, which I think has always been an option, but I've been outright dead set against it for so long. And then my apartment building got slated for demolition and reconstruction. Maybe not quite demolition, but in a way it is kind of demolition. They have to rip this apartment apart, put it back together again, rip the whole building apart, put it back together again. And I have always said, as soon as I found out that's what was going to happen, that I was not interested in being around for it. But even if I was willing to be in the same building where it happened, which my first inclination is to not be, I have to move one way or another. So if I must move, my first desire is to move closer to work. I work way the heck up on northeast street where my workplace is, until you're almost not even in the city where I live anymore. Maybe I should move a town over, or way up onto that northeast border, so that I can be close enough to work to shave 15, 20 minutes off the commute. If I had a 5 or 10 minute commute versus a 25 or 30 minute commute, that would be nice. Again, so would me being able to independently get to work, but I think the closest that I'm going to be able to get to that anytime soon is being dropped off at the correct door so that I can independently walk into that door, put the wall on my right, walk down like 10, 20 feet, and there's my workstation. So that's what's coming next. I intend to move closer to work. Now, can I do that in time for this construction to happen? I hope so. I hope so. I don't know for sure, but I'm gonna, here's to hoping. And in the meantime, there are a couple of things going on here at this apartment building that need to be addressed. Hence my just dogged determination to be at my best when I have my virtual appointment at 8:30 tomorrow, then go down to that office and talk to the apartment manager. Then we'll see what time it is. I've got an errand to run at 11:20 is when my ride's going to come. Then if I need a nap, maybe that's when I'll take it, when I get back from that. Because then I'll have I think about 2 hours before my other appointment that happens here at home. And then I've got about 2.5 hours between that and this thing that I'm going to tomorrow night, which I'm just grateful I found out about it in time to go. So, it's going to be not a work day tomorrow, but something of a busy day tomorrow. So that means if it's 9 o'clock, I probably should do something toward going to bed. And you probably didn't need to hear all that, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it in, probably. So, why did I want to resign from my job? Because I got pissed that I couldn't work from home when everybody else seemed to. Why did I finally decide, well, that kind of sucks, but you're not going to quit. Because in a lot of other ways, this is a great job for me, and it's going to be really hard to find another one that's as good and that lets you work from home. So what comes next? What comes next is I move closer to work. And with any luck, I can do it before they expect me to move all over this building, to just move out of the sections that they're ripping apart, all the while the whole area that I need to be able to walk around in is blocked off because of construction. Just, no. So anyway, thanks for listening. Even though I'm going to edit this, it's still a little rambly. Check out Aira, check out Shipped, which I'll probably use Saturday. It's just not a good time to use it tomorrow with everything I've got going on. Check out anything you might want to in the description box below. And you will hear from me in the next video. Bye.